Hello, grade 10s. Welcome to week 3 of our online learning. Hope things are still well with you. This video is just to help you, again, navigate your way through Google Classroom and make sure that you are actually submitting all the work that you have done. So I'm noticing on Google Classroom, or I'm at least hearing that people are say they're doing all their math in their workbook, but people aren't going on to Classroom and marking it as done. So I'm going to reiterate that today in this video and show you a couple of other things. So we're going to go to Google Classroom. Remember, if you just go here and you type in Classroom or Google Classroom, you'll get to your home page. Now, before we go into our classroom, and you're actually see I'm in as my son, Tyler. So you're going to see a student side of thing instead of the teacher side. Okay, so before we go in here, though, there's one little setting I want you to change right now, because I imagine this isn't happening. So you're going to go up right up here to the little 3 lines here. And instead of going to your class, I want you to go down to settings. Okay. And for many of you, you might have your email notifications turned off, and we don't want that. What we want is to have that turned on. So you click on there. So anytime I put something on Google Classroom, you're going to get an email for that. Okay, so make sure your email settings are checked on. Okay, if they look like that, I want you to switch it so that they're all turned on. Okay, and then what you can do is you can go here, and I'm just going to switch to Tyler, and then you just type in Google Mail. Okay, and click on that, and what you'll probably see is all sorts of stuff from, well, that's still mine. Okay, you're going to see all sorts of stuff from Google Classroom, which are the information that you need to, the notifications you need to get when I put stuff up there. Okay, so make sure you're checking your Google Mail regularly. All right, so there's the settings. Now let's go back to the classes. Here's our page. You're looking for our class, MAT2L. Okay, so you remember, I'm not going to be posting much on the streams, maybe a couple announcements, okay? But all of our classwork all of our work is under classwork. And you'll notice that this is set up like I showed you in the last week's video about the different weeks. Here's this week's stuff, last week's stuff, and 2 weeks ago. But one thing I want you to do right now is when you're done watching the video, you're going to go and push your work. Let's just see that again. So classwork, you're going to push view your work. Now, many of you are going to see a similar thing, just like Tyler here. He's got lots of missing work. Okay, he's turned in some stuff, but lots of missing. This stuff is this week's stuff, so of course it's okay. It's not late, but this stuff is all missing. Okay, so many of you have lots of stuff that's missing. Now you can click right on here, but I'm going to actually go back to our classwork thing so you can see all this missing work. Okay, so obviously the stuff that for this week is not missing because you haven't seen it yet. But here's the stuff from last week that maybe you have. Actually, a lot of people did this welcome quiz, all right, which is great, but they didn't do any other work. The missing stuff is all down here. Okay, so I've reposted it. Down here, there's 2.1, 2.1a, b, and c. All right, and what you're going to see is there is a lesson, a video lesson, and a quiz for every section or every video that I've posted. 2.1a, and the video and the quiz, video and quiz. So let's go in and look at one of these. So this one's missing. It's 2.1, estimating HST. So we're going to go and view the assignment. Now, the reason a lot of this says it's missing is because people maybe have watched this video, but they didn't mark it as done. Okay, so you got to make sure you mark it as done. But the way this works is I have a video of me filling out the workbook. Okay, and you can watch it and grab your workbook along with me, and you can see that here we are doing the math, and here we are filling out the workbook. Okay, so you can take your workbook right there and have it right open to the same page, grab a pencil, and fill in the workbook. This is exactly what we did in class. Okay, remember, I'm up on the whiteboard filling in the work, and you're filling in your workbook. Okay, so this is exactly like it. So look, there I am. Oh, yeah, I'm actually watching it on YouTube right now. I can go back. All right, so here I am. Okay, there's filling in that workbook. See, there's that chart, and you can fill it in and do it together. All right, so this is the idea of the video, is like me teaching you in class. Okay? And then what I need you to do after you're done watching it is you're going to push mark as done. But before I do that, let's look here. Maybe you're having trouble with the video. Maybe your internet's not great and it's not working very well. Then click on this. This is the notes for that lesson. Okay, so look, here are the notes for that lesson. So instead of watching the video, you can just go to the notes and copy the notes into your workbook that way. Okay, so this is another option for you when for each of these questions. Okay, so you can either watch the video or you can copy the notes right there. Regardless, once you're finished doing the stuff in your workbook, what I need you to do is push mark as done. It's going to say, do you want to attach anything? You're not going to attach anything. You're just telling me that you did that. You watched the video and you put it in your notebook. So there you are, mark is done. Okay, and now if I go back to my list and look, and you'll see down here that that is now done. Estimating HST is done. But after every video or every notes, you have to do a quick little quiz. Okay, so you see there's a quiz for the same section. All right, so we'll click on the quiz. And this is a very quick 5-question quiz. So we'll put in our last name. Did you watch the video? Yes, I did. What's 10% of 40? That's 4. What's 5%? That's half of that. It's 2. And then I'm just going to guess on these 2 just for fun and submit it. Okay, and then once I'm done, you can see how you did right away. Oh, it looks like I got 3 out of 5. Okay, so it looks like I got the first 3 right and those guesses weren't very good. Now, each time you get something wrong, look at the feedback. Okay, it might tell you to go back and look at the video, or it might tell you the instructions on how to get the right answer. So really pay attention to this feedback so you can learn from your mistakes. Okay, so that's all done. So when I click X, and I go back to this assignment, let's view the assignment and look at it's already marked as done because as soon as you do the quiz, it turns it in for you. Okay, so it's done. And look at this, I'm going to go back to my list. And you'll see there's another one that's grayed out. That means these are all done. So that's great. And I only have these 2 left. And then, of course, this week's worth. Okay? I can even go up here to go view your work. And you see my list of missing stuff is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. This is the assigned work. This is the work for the week. I would rather you make sure you get all this stuff done and get caught up. And then you can start looking at this week's work. Okay? All right. So here I am, you're watching this video, which means in a second, you're going to be all finished watching the video. There's no quiz for this. It's just a welcome video. And so what do you think I have to do? I need to push mark as done. So I'm going to go done. There's nothing to hand in. Mark as done. All right. So now what does my next instruction says? Move on to this week's math. So I'm going to go back here, go to classwork, and I'm going to move on to this week's math where I'm going to learn about estimating sale price. And I can open that up and you see it says page 38 in my workbook. I'll get that ready, watch the video, and then once I'm done watching the video, I do the quiz. Okay? So I really hope that we can get people caught up, get this work done down here that's at the bottom. You watch the video, do the quiz. Watch the video, do the quiz. Watch the video, do the quiz. Okay? And then once everyone's all caught up, we'll be able to move on to some new stuff. Last thing I'm going to point out, here is our game for the week. It's Minesweeper. If you haven't seen the other games for the week, there's Checkers there and Yahtzee. Okay? So that has been posted as well. All right. Great job, grade 10s. I really hope that you'll be able to do this. This week, I'm going to be doing some extra help and some online sessions, so pay close attention to that. I'll make out a message out in the stream when you'll get an email because you've set your email settings about when I'm available for extra help. And I'm going to be calling you and making sure and checking in to make sure everything's okay. Hope things are good and take care, grade 10s. See you soon.